Hey guys, it's Chris here. Um, there was a comment on one of these videos saying that we should maybe possibly talk about Stephanie and our interactions with her. We're still planning on doing that, but shortly after I agreed to doing that, Shelly and I both agreed that we got contacted. They contacted us. It's called Locating the Lost. I'm going to put their link below. It's a Maine-based thing, but they do podcasts about other areas as well that are close to Maine, like New England and stuff. These guys have been doing this for a long time. I'm not really interested in doing like a podcast kind of thing, but that's their thing, and they contact me. I do appreciate all the shows that they have done, and they have many that deal with this case of Stephanie being missing. So what Shelly and I decided to do is post the link to that episode where Shelly and I were on it live. People were asking questions and stuff like that. And there's quite a bit of info in there that deals with, Shelly and I talking about our experiences with them. But shortly after I post this video, I'm not sure, probably maybe like Sunday, I hope, that Shelly and I together will just be diving more in depth on our interactions with Stephanie. They're not going to be any bad ones because Shelly's never had a bad interaction with Stephanie or Star or Richard. Well, the Richard one, that's going to be a little different because when he came here, he was crying. But that'll be a little bit later. First, we're just going to discuss Stephanie, and then possibly go to our experiences with Richard, because I have met him once. It was kind of a weird situation. It ended up now it's kind of funny, but at the time it was not funny. It's not even now it's funny, because the man was just trying to do his best, and that's not funny. He was doing his best for the girls. So the way that it just is going to happen when I tell you about Richard is some of it is kind of like hilarious, but it shouldn't have happened. But that's just a different story, and we're doing Stephanie first. She's one that needs to be found. She's the one that everybody's interest needs to be inputted on. Nobody needs to be running around damaging the rest of the family. One of my cameras turned on up in the house. That's why my face is lit up. Hello. So that's what I'm going to post the link to that episode on there, and you really should subscribe to Locating the Lost if you have any interest in trying to help learn stories of missing people in our area. And it's getting out of control with missing people. A lot of them are young, and well, there's some old ones obviously, and it's unreal how many missing people are in the state of Maine, and especially up here in northern Maine. I never knew it, honestly, all my life. I'm over 50 years old, and I didn't know there was that much going on up here until Stephanie went missing, and I started, looking at all these shows that people are talking about Stephanie being missing, and they're including all these other ones, and Shelly and I are like, holy crap. Nobody knows these things, and it's like, I'm so glad that Locating the Lost kind of opened my eyes to the weird things that go on in Maine that nobody pays attention to, and they should. Yeah, you don't have to, build yourself up to this is what you got to do all day and stuff like that. No, but you really need to be in your mind that there are little kids missing. And there are families dying inside because they don't know what happened to their child. So check out the link I'm going to post up on the first comment. It'll show you why Shelly and I kind of waited a little bit on talking about Stefanie and our interactions with her and Star, because Star was usually always with Stefanie. And well, we'll go from there, guys. Until then, keep Stefanie in your mind, and if anybody knows anything, please call an authority figure, place, whatever, please. Okay, let's just find Stefanie, and I pray, Shelly and I both pray, that she is still alive and safe. We just want her safe.